Now it's time to put it all together. So at this point, we've learned how to use TEL and then came up with a topic that we wanted to investigate, came up with a question about that topic, and then used Gale and Contacts Middle School to research a little bit more about that topic. Now what I want to do is to take the information that I found on TEL's website and use it to create a one-paragraph summary of your article. This should be the answer to your question. So for instance, my question that I wanted to ask about Frida Kahlo was how she become an artist. So I'm going to answer that question right here by using the information I found in my article. Now, this should be a good 4 to 6 strong sentences about whatever topic you're researching. So if you are researching women's professional soccer, and then you came up with a great question about women's professional soccer, you would answer it in this blank. I'm going to pause the video for a moment to get a good, strong paragraph I can share with you. All right, I'm back. So I went back to the article and read it more in detail to make sure I could answer this question with a good, strong 4 to 6 sentences. And remember, my question was, how did Frida Kahlo become an artist? Here's what I came up with. Frida Kahlo became an artist so she could express her political views and physical/emotional, that should say pain, not pink. That's why we proofread. She was nearly overlooked as simply the wife of Mexican social realist painter Diego Rivera. Fortunately, a cultural renaissance of multiculturalism and feminism happening in the 1970s helped her become an artist. In her words, she became an artist because she had no choice to put what she thought onto paper. Now, at this point, I need to make sure I do the second step where it says include the citation for the article. Because did I come up with all this on my own? Absolutely not. If I left this paragraph as it was without creating a citation, that's called plagiarism. That's when you take credit for someone else's work or someone else's idea. So what I have to do to make sure whomever's reading this, in case of your work, I'll be reading this, they know that this work came from somewhere else, and I tell them where that somewhere else was. Fortunately, TEL has a way to help us. So I'm going to go back to my article, and then up in the same area where we got our highlights and notes, there's also a cite button. So when I click it, it gives me everything I need in order to tell whoever's reading this information that this information did not come from me, it came from another source. So what I'm going to do is exactly what I did before when I was copying and pasting important facts from the article. I use the 2-finger method, one to hold, one to scroll, to highlight all of this information, and then I'm going to copy and paste it. So either Command or Control C, whichever one applies to you, gets the information on my virtual clipboard, go back to my Google form, go to the end of my paragraph, and then Command or Control, whichever one applies to you, V gets that citation information in my paragraph summary answer. Now I'm going to put it in parentheses for my purposes just to make sure it's easy to read. And I would ask you to do the same. Now, in order to get these parentheses, you press the Shift button and the 9 or the 0. 9 to get this side, 0 to get this side. Now, finally, you are going to imagine you're explaining how to use TEL to a friend. So create a list of step-by-step instructions they could use to access an article on TEL. So your answer would look something like this. Step 1, go to Google. Step 2. Type TEL. And then I want you to keep going until you get all the way to your friend being able to access an article. Once you've got all of this done, it's now time to press submit. Thank you guys for working so hard. I look forward to reading all of your great answers. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me or visit me in my office hours. That's Tuesday, Thursday, I believe it's 2:15 to 3:15. Anywho, it's Tuesday, Thursdays during daily rotation. Thanks, guys.